Mm. Hello, everyone. This is Bishop TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is the day that we talk with TJ online everywhere about our digital marketing. We are so excited to have TJ in the house all the way from New York City. Woo! About guys. If you want to increase your audience, connect with your audience, you need to connect with TJ online. She is everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, etc. And we're going to put all that up for you to make sure that you can connect with her. And also after the show, we want you to follow her over there to her Facebook page where the conversation will continue. Are we in Clubhouse this morning, TJ?
Yes, we are. We are
Hey,
there.
we're going to give a shout out to everybody in Clubhouse. We want you to know that we're excited when TJ comes because she is just a well of information. And with that, we're going to get started this morning. How's everything in New York City, TJ? It's
Everything is good. Weather's great. Can't
good, good.
complain.
Well, it's clear here. We actually had some rain. You know, we're grateful for rain in California. So
I bet you are.
we got
You
pretty
need it.
excited yesterday because we had rain and it's overcast today. So we're excited about those days that we do get, especially here in Sacramento because we get up to 106.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what's our topic today, TJ?
We're going to talk about owned media, and let me explain what that's about. There are three types of media: there's earned, owned, and paid that you use online. So we're going to talk about the owned part of it. And I think, do we have a chat? Somebody in the chat?
Yes,
Oh,
Tachi's
Tati
over
says
here.
good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Good
who's in the
morning, Dr.
chat?
Tachi.
Okay. Let me get my notes.
Okay, very good. We're going to talk about.
Yeah, owned. So does everybody understand that there's three types: earned, owned, paid? So the earned media is the media you get when you get, you go on a podcast or somebody writes an article about you. That's somebody else is talking about you.
Oh,
Then you
okay.
have paid, that's PPC, pay per click, that's ads, Facebook ads, Google ads. Every platform does ads now. So
Mm.
that's your paid. You have to pay. And then the owned is what you own, what you pay for out of your pocket. That would be a website or email list.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, and we've been talking about spring cleaning this month. So this topic is about visiting whether you have owned media, making sure you know what it is, but do you have it? Because it's an important part of this mix. And let's see, there's everybody out there. If you have a website, let me know.
If you have a website, just put a one in the chat or let us know over there on
Well,
Clubhouse.
it's just me there now. So
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So,
okay, so while we wait that about that, we'll talk more about the other two, the earned. So everybody
mhm.
understands what the earned media is, right?
Talk to us a little bit about that
Well, the earned
again.
media is say you get interviewed for an article.
Oh, okay.
You
That's
don't control that. That's somebody else writing about you, or you do a guest post
or what happens
on
if
somebody else's website. Go ahead.
what if someone interviews you on their website?
That
Is
is
that
on that's
considered an
earned
earned?
because
Okay,
that's outside of that's not you doing the interview.
got you.
That's not you writing or creating the
About
podcast.
yourself, it's someone else
Hmm.
paying attention to you.
Right. You've
So,
earned it by, they discovered you, or
or they like
you
what you
talk to
do
them
and they
about.
want to let
Hmm?
other people know. I said,
I didn't hear that.
or they like what you do and they want to let other people know.
Right. Right. So
Okay.
that's the earned part of it. Carlos says he has one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put that up.
Mm-hmm. I have a website. Okay.
One. But why did he put the one in caps? Like just one. Like,
I have no idea.
is there a problem, Carlos? With like you just want one? You don't want two or three? Like it's too much work?
I asked them to put a 1 in the chat if they had a
Oh, he put
website.
the one.
So
Oh, okay.
he wrote it out instead of putting the
No,
number.
because it's like it's capitalized like
Yeah,
one. Like,
1
and
only,
you know,
right?
Carlos has always got those lively comments. So it's like, what are you trying to say?
There he is. He said, you said to put a 1.
Okay, I thought like the number one.
I did too. So communication can be interesting.
Oh,
Oh,
I needed that laugh. All right, so the earn, we're straight on the earned.
mm-hmm.
Do we need any more clarification? So
No,
now the pay, go ahead.
earned is like when you get a gold star at school. Somebody says you did a good job, and
Yeah, you get
went out
recognized for your work. So
right.
so there is, and it's usually like a website or a company or a journalist that is like a higher level than you. So you're actually, it's like compliment that you get interviewed by this group or this person on this website.
Mm-hmm. It's like earned publicity. That's nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Like
that's what exactly PR. That's another
mm-hmm.
way to say it. PR. Everybody knows what when you say PR, you know what that means, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maureen says good morning.
Hi, Maureen. How you doing?
Good to have you. All right, so earned. And Maureen just joined, so I want to make sure that we understand. Earned, we can equal PR in your mind when you want to think about it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so paid. Let's move on to paid. Paid media is you purchasing ads. That could be Facebook, Google, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter. Who else does Instagram, Facebook? Those two are together. Trying to think of. Oh, I think you can run ads on Reddit. I'm not sure, but any of these social media platforms, any of the platforms where you can run ads, that's your paid media. And you'll also see something called PPC. That's pay per click. That means you have to pay per click, which means if someone clicks on your ad, you have to pay for that a certain amount of money, and that's determined with the platform that you use. So Facebook is usually the least expensive of this group, but that's changing because, and I want to mention this real quick, that there's a new iOS update, iOS 14, and Apple is going to, well, they're going to allow people to opt out or opt in to ads, and there'll be a pop-up. So with the new iOS, everything that happens with the phone, there's an alert. Like if an app needs to use your microphone, there's a little thing at the top that says name of app using your phone, and name of app is using your video camera. Have everybody seen that?
Yes.
Okay, so what this means is that with Facebook, and it's particularly with Facebook, that Apple has to put that notification for everybody that when you go to this website or this place with the phone, Apple's letting you know that Facebook is tracking you because there's a pixel. So let's back it up a little bit. When you do a Facebook ad, you have to add a pixels. There's some code to your website, and it has to do with tracking. So the whole deal between Facebook and Apple is tracking. Apple is letting their users know that, hey, Facebook has ads that are tracking you. You can opt out. So people go, okay, and they click and they opt out. Then, matter of fact, let me show you. I've got a quick screenshot. Let me bring this up. I just remembered so we can see. Let's see. Okay. Actually, that is the wrong one. Hold up. So you can't on StreamYard, you can't tell which one is
difficult to see. Yeah, which tab you got open.
Right. So let me try it again. Let's see.
I just want to say hi to everybody who's over here.
Oh, here it is. I got it.
Well, we're searching.
There we go. Can we see that?
Not quite.
Can zoom it. Let me zoom it.
Yeah.
Okay. How's that? I can make it bigger. Let's try.
Really? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Bigger is good.
There we go.
Okay.
So you see that notification?
Yes. But now read it to us, because I'm looking at it on my TV, and I'm saying I still can't.
Oh, you're looking at it on the TV. All right.
And I'm looking at it on the laptop. I can't read it in either
let me
place.
Go over there.
So go ahead and
so this is a mock-up. Well, it's a screen grab of the phone And
Mhm.
this is what happens when you go to an app or an ad on Facebook. Apple will say this, Pal About, that's the name of the app. Whatever the name of the app, would like permission to track you across apps and websites owned by other companies. Your data will be used to deliver personalized ads to you. There's two options: allow tracking, ask app not to track. Now, what do you think is going to happen?
I believe I'm not going to want them tracking. I don't want to see any more ads. I'm done.
So there's the problem. That is the problem.
Is
App,
it only with Apple devices though?
yes, yes. So
Okay.
let's clarify. There's a new update. So it's only Apple devices. It's not
Okay.
Android, which is a larger share
Yes.
of the smartphone and devices, a larger share. But it's a lot of people. I don't have the numbers
Hmm.
as to how many Apple um iPhone users there are,
Yes.
but it's a lot. It's millions. So you as the business owner, you're running ads using Facebook. You spent your
Hmm.
money, you set your budget, you got your creative, your ads, and everything's great to go. And then Apple says, wait a minute, we are going to give everybody a button that says, do not track me for ads.
In essence, don't show me these ads.
So you see the situation.
Hmm.
So that is what's going on with paid. I mean, it's not to say that you can't use it, but that's what's going on.
So,
So that's the
so,
problem.
so what is the solution? Do we know? Or is it
Well,
just that
people,
it's just
I've
going to
read
have
a
to
little
be
bit here and there.
organic?
There's not a
Okay.
solution yet because, well, it was just released this week, I think. So
Hmm.
all of the Facebook experts are working on it, and
I'm sure they are heads.
when they have an answer, we'll have the answer.
Okay, I'm sure they put their heads together. Oh my goodness. But they knew
Yeah,
this was
so but
coming.
that's why we're talking about this, that you don't have to rely on paid media. I mean, it's
Hmm.
good to rely on it, but you don't have to rely on it because you got the earned, which is guest posting, guests on a podcast, guests here, somebody writes an article about you and that gets shared online. And
Uh-huh.
then we get to own media, which is what we're talking about today. We're going to focus on that, is owned media. So what do you think owned media is? Owned means ownership. So that means a website. That's why I asked who had a website. So that's the
Hmm.
main thing for ownership. Also,
Okay.
your email list. We talked about that earlier this month. So that's another thing because you pay for that service. So it could be MailChimp, ConvertKit, Aweber. There's so many to list, but you pay a fee to have, to use the tool. You
Hmm.
don't own it. You own the names, that you gather with your opt-in. And we talked about that, the opt-in, the email list. So that's important why you want to have these two things. You want to have a website and you want to have this email list. And I talked about it earlier. I said you could just have a landing page, but it's, think of a website as your home. I mean, you want to have, you might move in and I only have enough furniture for one room, but you got the whole house to expand. So that's what you want to think of as a website
Okay.
versus the page. It gives you room to grow. Okay. So you want to have, and you see how important the owned is now that Facebook and Apple was having this little conflict. And people at Facebook are not happy because how does Facebook earn money?
Through
When you
ads.
buy ads. Well, if the ads aren't effective or people are opting out of tracking, that's going to make them unhappy and not run any ads. Right?
Um, hmm.
Right?
Yes, correct.
Because I want to make sure everybody understands why this is such a big deal. And Facebook and Apple have been talking about this for months.
Yes, I was going to say this conversation's been going on.
Right. So
They
now do
knew
you understand
they
why?
knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm. Do you understand why it's such a big deal
Because it's
that
cutting
Apple
into.
is?
Let
Mm-hmm.
me see if I can say this as the person on the receiving end of this conversation. So basically, what's going to happen is that Apple is costing them money, and they're trying to work something out because who would want to advertise with a company that couldn't get their ad in front of people?
Yeah, because Apple is giving their users an opportunity to opt out of tracking. And that is how you get all of the numbers and the things, and you see the analytics of how good an ad is working. Is it reaching the right people? You won't be able to know because you'll be blind because people are opting out.
Wow.
But this is Apple devices, not, if you've got Android, you're good.
And this is
But now
on any ad.
for Facebook, it's for
Yes.
Facebook ads. But Apple has put this option in for all apps, for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So remember I said when you were some of the apps that you need a microphone to use, it will
Yes.
ask you, do you want to, that's a part of tracking. Apple considers that part of it.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is why owned is more important now than ever, which means your website and your email list. Where we've been talking about this whole month. What do you need as a backup? And there's a sentiment that people don't want to do email. I don't want to collect emails. They don't want to have a website. And I'm like, okay, because you run your business on Facebook. What happens? Facebook can change the rules, and you can see now Facebook has to change the rules because Apple is changing the rules. So see how everything is domino effect and affects each other, because you don't own your social media accounts. You might, you own the post, the information, but they can do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we have blindly signed those agreements because we don't.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
we don't have
legalese.
expertise to interpret it.
Who wants to sit there and read all that? But all of this is in there, so take the time to read before you click agree. And
Wow.
Maureen said, "Thank you. You're welcome, Maureen." Maureen says, "Thanks." You are quite welcome.
Thanks for the information. She says.
So everybody, I want to make sure you're all straight on this. So we got earned, owned, paid.
Okay.
You type the media platform has to do with ownership. The one you really truly own, because people think they own their social media accounts. You don't, because they're under control of Facebook. They're under control of Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a website or an email list, those are things that you pay for and control. So see, paid, control, you don't pay, you don't have any control.
Okay. Paid, control. Free, no, you don't have any
free. You don't have any control. This is why people complaining about, the algorithm on Instagram, the algorithm on TikTok, the algorithm everywhere, because those are things inside of the app that the app owners control that. And you have to, okay, we're in the boat. We just have to, go with whatever they do.
So
unless you,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, so the purpose of the algorithm is for the app owner to understand our behavior so that they can
part of it, but it's also how they serve the information. When you go to Facebook on your app and what you see, Facebook determines what you see, because you don't see everybody's posts. If you've got 1,000 friends, you're not going to see 1,000 when they post. You're not going to see every post.
Okay.
Because they can't do that. They can't serve you everybody's post. Twitter can, but that's a complaint about Twitter, is that people are like, well, the information goes so fast. Well, because people are tweeting. And if they have 30 million people or whatever million people, they're all putting out pieces of information. So Twitter doesn't have an algorithm per se like the others that they control. So that's the big complaint with Instagram, is that you don't get to see everybody's posts.
Okay, but they're saying it's like having an overrunning mailbox.
Yeah. So that's why you have an algorithm in the first place, because you have to decide. It's not an all you can eat buffet. Twitter's an all you can eat buffet. Facebook and the others are not, because they're like, well, we can't give you everything because you won't be able to eat everything.
So we have to figure out what to serve up.
Well, that's what the algorithm is. It determines what's seen, and mostly is by who you interact with, who you comment and like and post.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha. Yes.
Okay.
Now I understand better the algorithm thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's a conveyor belt.
Wow. All I can do is breathe. I'm just like, really?
Yeah,
Oh
let
my
it
goodness.
breathe. Let it sink in.
So everybody, first of all, well, we know everybody's not our customer. You taught us that.
Hmm.
But also, everybody doesn't want to know about what we're serving. So the algorithm helps them to understand who to serve it to.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Wow, TJ. I know that you have to go because I know you have to be on your website at 8:30. They're
Yeah.
expecting
So
you
we're
over
gonna
there
talk
on
more about
Facebook.
it.
Yes,
Hmm.
guys, you know we need to continue this conversation. So I want you to follow TJ over to her Facebook page, or she's got a YouTube connection up here. TerryJohnsonOnline.live will take you where you need to go in order to continue this conversation. And you know we all need more information. Let me see
Hmm.
what's going on over here. Yes,
Yeah.
here we go. So she put it in the chat.
It's in the group. It's in the Bishop group and the Bishop page.
And it's on several of my pages because I'm sharing this out with what is that earned? Sharing this out to my Facebook pages because people need to know what is going on. It's confusing and it sometimes they just get discouraged and they just stop. So don't do that. Just come here and find out more about it and follow TJ over there so you can continue the conversation and ask her questions. With that, I want to remind you to go to the front of your own line and TJ's got to run. So see you later, TJ. We love you. And thank you guys for listening today. Tomorrow we'll be here with Coach Karen all the way from Toronto, Canada. And in the meantime, remember to go to the front of your own line. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.